How's it going, Charles Botenstein? I'm on my roof of my office roof. Actually, this is where I make phone calls every single day, every single morning. You need to have a consistent routine. Yesterday, I put out a video that actually just triggered something even more profound, and it was actually left. It was a comment left by Gabrielle, I think is her name, and it was an amazing comment, because you'll notice this in conversations where you start filtering what you believe in, what you believe is who you are, what you want to become, who you want to be, and you'll start. And the only reason you actually start doing this is you start becoming more self-aware. You start becoming self-aware what you're good at, what you're bad at, what triggers bad habits, what doesn't trigger bad habits. For me, I'll give you an example. If I wake up late, I'm not going to the gym. If I don't go to the gym, I'm probably not going to eat healthy. If I don't eat healthy, then I don't have a good day. If I don't have a good day, then that goes into the evening. So I know that everything literally is triggered in the morning from one thing: waking up early, or going to the gym, or eating right. And it could easily be turned around by saying no to, say, eating unhealthy. But when you become, and first of all, we'll do a couple things, which is, how do you become more self-aware? Number one is just being an observer. I said this yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, watch yesterday's video. You have to observe yourself in interactions. How do I respond when someone's negative? How do I respond when someone's talking about drama or the same old BS boring conversation? For you to actually have an amazing life, you need to go in depth in conversations. You can't just talk about the weather. You have to talk about, can you believe this? I was looking up and there's this cloud, and go in depth. Like, don't just have surface level conversations. That doesn't trigger your brain. That doesn't trigger intrigue, interest, or questions, or curiosity. You know, Albert Einstein, why was he so brilliant? He was so curious, the most curious person. You can't ask the same question with the same paradigm. You can't figure something out. So I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just really excited about this, is that what I've noticed, and Gabrielle, I hope that I'm saying your name right, this really, life is about two things: the choices you make and filtering through life. So how do you filter through life? When someone asks you to go out and they say, hey, listen, we're going to go out and we're going to get a couple of drinks. Okay, what does that trigger in your mind? That could either trigger excitement and going out with my buddies, we're talking about the same old BS, relief, you're pulling back from the grind or life or working for the band or school or whatever you want to put meaning on it. But the biggest thing you have to understand is you could filter it the other way, and that's the way that I filter it through. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a couple of drinks. I'm then going to spend money. I may have a good time. I may have, think of the conversation you're going to have. Think of how you're going to feel in the morning when you go and do it. That's filtering through life. And you start filtering people in and out of your life. You start filtering experiences in or out of your life. You start filtering habits and mindsets and values in and out of your life. Someone is consistently late, I don't hang out with them as much. I don't care if they're like the coolest person. I let them know, obviously, the first time, joking way, blah, blah, blah. But if they're consistently late, that's not someone. They're also late for things, everything. I forgot who actually first said it, but how you do something, or how you do something is how you do everything. Like, once you're late for something, you're always late for something. You probably turned in papers late. You probably will show up to a job interview late. You're probably going to have projects late. You're not going to be on time. If you're messy, you're probably going to have a messy life, or you're just not in control of what you want. So number one is filter through and observe yourself. What triggers bad habits? Like I said before, what triggers good habits? And then what you need to do is layer those habits. That's the biggest thing. Is the quantum shift that I went through in the last week was literally layering good habits. And what I've noticed, and you'll notice, is that as you continue the self-development track, this is one of the most important things and the most rewarding things of continuing the self-development track, is you start you just get more confident in things that you're studying. So for me, I wasn't the best at influencing someone or leading, or so I started reading about leadership, and I devoured leadership, and then I became really good at leadership. How's the hair? Doesn't matter. Then I became really good at leadership. Then I was like, okay, I'm eating like crap. I'm lethargic. I'm fatigued. Not in the ample state that I want to be in. I started devouring health. What do I eat? How often do I exercise? What's in food products? What makes you healthy? What's the source of life? How valuable is water? And now I'm more confident in that. That's the way you do it. Whatever you're passionate about, I don't care what anyone else is telling you. You have to live your own life. I don't care. Like, my parents are always saying, you should do this, you should do this. I'm 31. They're still doing it. And I just saw them over the weekend. But the thing is, you live your life, and someone, say your parents or who's ever raising you, or a coach or a teacher, and says, hey, you want me to succeed, right? Say this to a boss. You want me to succeed, right? Well, this is the path, this is the journey, this is the decisions I'm making, this is the choices I'm making. This is the area I want to focus on. This is my passion. You have to live your life, and that's the only way to live your life and know what you actually want, is trying so many new things. Filter who you're talking to, what you're talking about, filter the decisions you make. What is this decision tomorrow? Am I going to be hungover? If I don't go to the gym, how's the rest of my day going to be? If I don't make phone calls, how's the rest of my day going to be? How am I going to feel? Is that continuing the habit of doing what I've been doing for God knows how many times, how many years or how many weeks? That's literally the difference between a Michael Phelps, a Michael Jordan. They just do habits that other people do not want to do. They know themselves. They know if they go out with their boys, they're going to eat like crap, and that's not the goal in where they want to be in life. So filter the people you're with, filter the decisions you make, filter the habits. You need to observe, and the only way that you get confident in observing, it's not by taking action. It's becoming an observer. Just observe yourself today. Observe other people, how they interact, what they do. And the only way you get confident in this is continuing self-development in an area that you may lack, and then becoming super confident in that. There's areas that quantum physics. Everyone knows my story, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. I almost failed out of high school, almost failed out of college. I sucked at school. I was the worst student, and the reason I said that, or I say that now, is because that's what I said in my head at the time. Now, I'm a sponge to learning. And quantum physics is one of the most interesting things to me. If you told me that 5 years ago, I would have punched you in the face and never called you again. But now I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. So tackle an area that you have interest in, that you have passion in, and I'm telling you right now, you'll get confidence in other areas like speaking or leadership or taking on fears or business or school or sports or dating, relationships, your parents, your friends, your family, whatever. You'll start getting confidence in other areas when you start tackling the passions and really becoming a master at that. So have an awesome day. Gabrielle, I hope I'm saying your name right. I really do appreciate the comment yesterday, because that triggered this whole rant. There's also 2 other videos that I'm going to be making right now that comment triggered. So if you guys have comments, you have to leave them below, because it really pushes this channel forward, and it's like, that's a good idea. Thank you so much for being so honest with your comment, and have an awesome day. Live with passion. Filter, be an observer. All right, talk to you soon.